You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. We have got some breaking news. We have figured out why Jack Montgomery from All My Children is coming to General Hospital. We have sussed out what we believe is Walt Willey's first plot, his only plot, the plot that's revealed of why they have brought him from Pine Valley to Port Charles. We're going to talk about it in just a second, but if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our General Hospital spoilers and casting news. All right, so we already know for sure that actor Walt Willey, famous for All My Children playing Jackson Montgomery, everybody called Jack, is coming to General Hospital. He's going to breathe new life into the role of Jack Montgomery for a stint on GH. But why? Why are they bringing this Pine Valley lawyer onto the show? Well, things are about to change next week that are going to explain very succinctly that it ties back in almost just verisimilitude to a plot on All My Children years ago. So if you don't remember Jack, he was one of Erica Kane's favorite husbands, and he's a top-notch attorney, and he's got some case history that could help a Port Charles local who's in a legal dilemma. So given there's this huge twist next week for Drew Cain, and so we're pretty sure that this is what is driving why Jack Montgomery is going to crop up in this All My Children General Hospital crossover, and why they hired Walt Willey for this arc. So if you're not an AMC watcher, or if you don't remember, we're just going to give you a 2-second recap. Back in 2008 on All My Children, Erica Kane, played masterfully, of course, by Susan Lucci, was caught insider trading, and there was a scandal. She was sent to prison. They even had billionaire investor Warren Buffett show up on one of these AMC episodes. He's the Oracle of Omaha, if you didn't know that. He's a billionaire. He's this master stock picker. All right, so he showed up to visit Erica while she was in prison and try to help her, but instead it was her ex. I think they were divorced at that time. They married more than once, but she was still stewing behind bars until Jack Montgomery helped get her out. He was able to get Erica released early, and then Erica came back home to Pine Valley. So in very similar circumstances, Drew Cain's lawyer Zeke worked out a deal to get him a plea deal if he would plead guilty to insider trading, and he decided he was going to do this to protect Carly. And Zeke worked out a deal with the DA or the state attorney general, whoever it is handling it, where Drew will serve 6 months at Cushy Spring Ridge. Remember, that's the low-key prison where Esme served some time and Spencer got to serve out, I think, the last part of his sentence. Or the first part of it, one part of his sentence, at any rate, at Spring Ridge. It's the much nicer place. That's where Heather Weber got to visit with her daughter, Esme. So it's, as prisons go, it's not bad. 6 months isn't that bad. Drew figures he can do that. He can be away from Scout for that long, and it'll keep Carly with her kids. However, the judge in his case decides to make an example out of Drew Cain and tosses out the plea deal. In case you didn't know this, the way a plea deal generally works is you plead guilty either to, a few of the charges or to a lesser charge, but basically a plea deal is where you render a guilty plea and your lawyer negotiates a more lenient sentence for you not wasting the court's time by having to have a trial and all this kind of stuff. The trick is the agreement is between your defense lawyer and the district attorney, and there is no guarantee that the judge has to accept the deal. He can turn around and act on your guilty plea that you entered as part of the plea deal, and then based on what you pleaded guilty to, can punish you to the full extent of the law that they feel like doing. So that is what is going to happen. So in this General Hospital case, the judge slaps Drew with not 6 months, but 2 years, and it's not at Cushy Spring Ridge. It is hard time at Pentonville Penitentiary, where they keep the really bad guys like Cyrus Renaud. So the main thing is, Drew is an ex-Navy SEAL who spent years in this horrible captivity at the hands of Peter August and awful Victor Cassadine. So certainly he can look out for himself, but the bottom line is it's not necessarily that he's at Pentonville, it's that it's 2 years away from everyone. So he is shocked. Carly is furious next week, but then that puts him in this same position that Erica Kane was in on All My Children, where he is in prison for insider trading. And then we have this casting news about Walt Willey showing up as Jack Montgomery, headed to Port Charles in just a couple weeks. He's showing up in July, and I suspect that they are going to use his expertise in that past insider trading case to extricate Drew from Pentonville. Maybe they'll get him back to his original sentence at Spring Ridge, or maybe Jack is such a hotshot lawyer now that he'll be able to just get the case dropped completely. We'll have to wait and see, but I am increasingly certain that we have figured out Jack Montgomery's plot and the reason that they are bringing this character over from All My Children. If you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our General Hospital spoilers, casting news, everything you need to know, and let us know what you think. Are you excited to see Jack Montgomery? Are you a big fan of Walt Willey's and All My Children? Are you thrilled with this crossover? Let us know in the comments.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.